The next set of skills we're going to look at is called Ridoppio, right? Redoubling, a redoublement. And most people know that term as a reference in 16th, 17th century fencing to a blow from below, a cut from below. But that's not really what a Ridoppio means. A Ridoppio really just means a redoublement. So quite often I've thrown a cut and I redouble it from below with the falso or with the true edge cut. So the word itself just means redoubling. So for our context, in these next couple of clips, what we're going to look at is the idea of redoubling, meaning throwing two cuts on the same line. Okay? So a stramazzone that goes into a full cut would be a type of redoublement. Two stramazzoni would be a redoublement. Two full cuts are a redoublement, as long as they're working the same line. So we are going to look at full cuts in this sequence, and we're really looking at this primarily for body mechanics. Now I'm going to show this to you with a long sword, with a stick, and with my body length sword, because this sort of thing comes up quite a bit, for example, in the Bolognese spada a due mani. And if your body mechanics are not good, you are going to be exhausted and you're not going to fare well trying to do this. So I'm going to put the sword down for a moment. I'm going to pick up the stick. Why the stick? It weighs probably a third, maybe half of what the sword does. Okay? So it's lighter. So I don't have to worry about fatiguing my arms or fatiguing my hands as I'm throwing these actions. I just have to make sure that I use good body mechanics. Okay? Now the trick here is because it's light, I can cheat and I won't know. So the other rule, we're working with the stick as a stand-in for a sword, as opposed to a stick as a stand-in for a stick. You want to work slowly, slowly. Okay? I'm going to show this to you in front view, back view, profile, but I really want you to pay attention to a couple of things. So a little while ago, we looked at an adaptation from Japanese swordsmanship, a type of parry called uke nagashi. And I said it's a hanging parry or roof block that's executed by taking the pommel hand and pushing straight out under your arm, right? So the motion is that. And then the cut comes from pulling this in. So in apprezzari terms, right? Okay, depending on how extended it is, the stente di cinghiaro or its posta longa, come right back down and pour to the ferro. Here's the fun part. That's part of how we redouble blows as well. So, our first step is going to be, we are going to push in with a little step. We're going to fire our cut right out all the way to posta longa, back down, and then we're going to do that again. And down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down. Now, if you're watching my sword point, you'll notice that it is making a small circular motion, right? If you get too looped into that, you're going to start doing this. You've lost the script. This is the angle of the cut, not this. So don't worry about that. The point needs to make that little circle to cut. But your arm is almost a piston. Firing up the diagonal and pulling down. And up and down. Now, when I want to get a little more speed and a little more strength, then I have to engage a circular rotation of the core down here, and that will make this cut a little more circular than the simple parry was. I'll show you what I mean. You'll see it better this way. Before we were doing up, down, up, down, up, down. With a step, up, down. Even with a pass, up, down. See how it's a very linear thrusting motion of my hips and my core? Now, we're going to borrow a little of that nice heel pivot from our friend Angelo Vigiani. Okay? Now let's see how that changes things. Up, down, up, down, up. You see a little more of a circular motion, don't you? The advantage is that that circle now allows the sword to never stop. It just keeps moving so that it becomes you're saying you said don't go fast with the stick, you just went fast. That's not going to work with the big sword. So let's get the big sword. Obviously, big sword, big problems if I do this wrong. Okay, so first of all, it won't be quite as fast. The sword weighs 3 times as much. But the motion will be the same, okay? So, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now notice, I don't use this one nearly as much. It's got the long guard. You've got to watch your arm. So make sure when it breaks to the outside of your arm. You'll see that better in profile. And cut down, up, down, up, down. Okay, in profile. Okay, from behind. Slower, yes. Bigger motion, yes. Are my arms fatiguing? No. Am I fatiguing? Yes, I've been filming videos all afternoon, but not from throwing 10 cuts with this sword. All right, so your homework is to just work that action. Slow, then a little faster. Try to build like a set of 10. And when you get to the end of your 10th one, just pass back and throw a reverse out. Come back to posta di donna and freeze it. That's step 1 of redoublements. See you next time.